When you say trust God and you have a plan B, you're not trusting God. When you say trust God, but you have already devised a way out of if the other plan doesn't work out, you ain't trusting God. You're just saying it. You have nothing else to hold. Now, I am not against logic, because if you've followed me up until this point, you know that I believe in prayer as much as I believe in hard work. And I advocate for prayer as much as I advocate for hard work. So this is not an encouragement to people to not have their plans and ducks in a row and just go about some religious, rhetoric. That's not it. I'm teaching you the beauty of a complete dependence and reliance on God, as I have learned in my journey. This was 2010. I had to leave or move out of my campus dormitory. I was in law school. I needed money to pay for my apartment. And everybody that could have given me money had already given me money. And everywhere where I could receive money had already come. And so in that moment, while I still needed money, I had exhausted all the sources of where money could possibly come for me to rent the apartment that I had to be in. I was no longer going to be accepted in school because I did not sign up for that semester. And so I had to pay my rent in this place, in this apartment. And so because I had no other way, the only thing that I knew to do was to recite scripture over and over again, because I am a firm believer that scripture is not just word and letter. It is a life-giving spirit. So what did I do? I took Psalms 121 verse 1 and I wrote it in as many pieces of paper as I could and put them at several places in my living space, the place I was living at that time. I put it on my fridge, I put it on my mirror in the bathroom, I put it on my headboard, my bed headboard. I put it everywhere, and each time my eyes will see that paper, I will recite it. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. Every single time I saw that piece of paper with my handwriting scribbled Psalms 121 verse 1, I will say it out. And I'm saying it out as a prayer, oh God, I am trusting that even though I don't know where this money will come, I lift up my eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. I lift up my eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? See, I set that scripture to a point where my subconscious believed it deeply, that my help comes even from beyond what my mind can even perceive. Look, a nick to time. Now, don't ask me why God always does nick to time things, but I've realized that it's always at the nick to time. At the nick to time, I got a message from my aunt. She had gotten a gig from Chad where she was paid X amount of money. I didn't know about the gig. I didn't know about it at the time. But then she told me that she had it, she'd been paid, and that she was giving me $400 out of the money that she had received. Mind you, at this time, my aunt had not worked. She had not worked for a long time. And I didn't even know about the gig that she had gotten and that she had gotten paid, and she decided. I didn't tell her about it. I didn't complain. She decided of her own to send me $400, which was what I needed to pay for my apartment. Look, let me tell you, trusting God is an act of utmost faith. But you cannot have faith in who you don't know. You've got to know that, you know what, is the kind of God that if I put my foot out there into the empty air, He is able to create a platform so that I don't sink and fall. That's trust. That's faith. That's belief. And it's a beautiful place to be in. Now, it's not every time that we're able to navigate life with that level of audacity in our trust in God. But when we're able to do, we look back and we're like, whoo, see how far. Ooh, God, you did this. Ooh, the beauty of a complete dependence on God is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. In the areas where we cannot muster that level of faith and trust, may God help us. In the areas where we already are, may we see the beauty of trusting in God.